So hi everyone, we are live now. Oh my god, di gid siya basta amazing. Pati ako nga nag-prepare sa materials, struggle grabe pod og pagpaningkamot na mas mapasimplihan para mas madali masabtan god, para mas madali mag-sink in. Mura po kung nag-start og nagbalik pod og kanang review god, something like that. And this is the time na kanang ma-share na ako knowledge, ma-share na ako ang mga gipagdaanan pod kung giunsa na ako pag study, kung giunsa na ako pag kuan kay para mas mag-sink in siya sa ako ang brain para mas masabtan na ako. So kini pod na mga technique or mga learnings is na gain lang pod na ako sa mga tao nga naka-help sa ako sa pag-review. And daghan-daghan pod ko og kanang ginapangkuanan na mga person, ginapangkuhaan og kanang mga reviewer, and some of them is kanang gipalit nako, something like that good. Today is the time na i-share na ko sa inyo ha. And then naningkamot ko na mapasimplihan na ako ang mga materials na para mas masabtan gid ninyo or lain man gitag pacing of learning, but I do hope na namoy makatunan sa ato ang buhaton karon. Okay? So without further ado, let us go back kung asa ta naputol kagahapon sa ato ang review, which is kagahapon we tackle about the hold on. Still in developmental psychology. However, ang nahumalang nato is bali kuan lang until lang ta kay kay Eric Erikson kay murag di na makaya sa brain cells, kailangan pa na ako mag kailangan ako i-cut, but I promise myself nga humano na ako ni siya kay nasugdan naman gid ako ni siya. So famous development psychologist na kanang nagakaan sa developmental psychology is si John Piaget, na humana nato siya discuss, which is cognitive development stages, and then Eric Erikson psychoanalysis, psychosocial stages of development. Now we will be proceeding kay Lawrence Kohlberg, which is moral development. Hold on, ako pang ikon ng materials. Alright, so moral development. So Lawrence Kohlberg focuses on how people develop moral reasoning in three levels, which is pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. Pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. Pre-con post. Mao na siya kay Lawrence Kohlberg. Pre-con post. Pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. And by the way, who is Lawrence Kohlberg? He's an American psychologist known for studying how people develop their sense of right and wrong, which is morality as they grow. So what is moral development? So it's how person's understanding of morality, justice, and ethics matures over time. Kohlberg believed this happens in three levels with six stages. So what are these? So mo siya ang three levels and six stages according kay Lawrence Kohlberg. We have a pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. And each of them there are sub-parameter or sa two sub-parameter. For pre-conventional, this is when they happens in childhood, and for this one, pre-conventional, there are two stages of learnings in moral. First, stage one, which is obedience and punishment. So this time, this stage, the child knows the right and wrong, and it is based on avoiding punishment. Mao pa na ilahang ma-learn din ha na stage. And pag abot naman sa stage 2, it is self-interest, which is decisions are made based on personal benefits or rewards. Don't you worry, isa-isa nato nag-discuss later. Kani kuan pa lang ni siya kanang highlights. Second, we have conventional. It happens during adolescence, and also na siya ay two stages. First is good boy or or good girl. So kani nga stage, it seeks approval by being nice and doing other what others expect. The stage 4, which is law and order. So for this, it follows rules and laws to maintain order in society. We have number 3, post-conventional. It happens on adulthood, but not everyone reaches this level, ha. So, dili tanan makakon ani nga level. So, stage 5, for this one is social contract. This happens to when the adult understand that laws exist for the good of the majority but can be questions for fairness. So during this stage, nakabalo na ang mga person naka-understand na sila nga naga-exist ang batas para sa kaayuhan sa kadaghanan. However, sometimes maka-feel sila og maka-question sila nga sometimes it's unfair, something like that. And then stage 6, universal ethical principle. So it follows internal moral principle even if they go against law. So i-discuss nato na siya isa-isa. So first level, which is the pre-conventional, it happens during childhood. So ang stage 1, which is obedience and punishment, during this stage makakon sila og right and wrong are based on avoiding punishment. So magkuan sila og maayo og dili makakuan sila magbuhat sila og maayo para maka avoid sa punishment. And then pag abot naman sa stage 2, it's self-interest. Decisions are made based on personal benefits or rewards. What does it mean? Nagabuhat sila og maayo because of rewards. So, actually, pre-conventional typically in early childhood. And what happens in this stage? So, during this stage, a child's sense of right and wrong is based purely on avoiding punishment. Okay, as I said a while ago, they follow rules because they don't want to get in trouble, not because they understand why the rule exists. So naga-follow sila og rule para to avoid punishment. Wala sila naga-follow og rule kay nakasabot sila ngano nga naay rule. Example, a child avoids stealing a cookie only because they'll be scolded, not because they think stealing is wrong. So mahadlok sila magbuhat og mali or mahadlok sila mangawat og kanang makaon kay makasab-an man sila. And then there's a punishment. So dili nila nabuhaton, dili sila manguha, dili sila mangawat. It is because kabalo sila nga kasabaan sila. Not because na nakabalo sila nga ang pagpangawat or ang pagkuha na walay permission is wrong. So the key thought for this stage or this level of if I do this, will I get punished? Something like that. Next, proceed. So, important note that morality is external during this stage. It depends on authority figures like parents, teachers, or adults. So, during sa childhood, ang pagkuan nila is ang naay authority or ang naay kanang kuan is ang mga parents, adults, teachers, something like that na or mga ate or kuya, something like that. Like mahadlok sila magbuhat og mga unnecessary kay mahadlok sila i-punish, mahadlok sila makasab-an. And no real understanding yet of fairness, empathy, or the reasons behind the rule. So wala pa kaayo sila kasabot ngano nga kasab-an sila nga manguha sila without permission, wala pa kayo sila kasabot unsay a reason behind sa pagpangasaba. Next, we have stage 2. So this is self-interest orientation, instrumental relativist. Hold on. So what happens in this stage? So child start making decision based on what they can get in return. So kani siya beneficial ni siya nga stage. Right and wrong are determined by what benefits them personally. What's in it for me reasoning. like magbuhat sila og maayo because of the benefit. Like for example, um parents tagaan maningkamot sila gi eskwela kay pagka after closing kay kanang naay reward na benefit. It's sort of reward something. Labad man ako ulo eh. Maybe ko lang ako water. Or maybe gutom na ko la size na. So during sa stage 2, ang mga bata is kanang magbuhat og maayo, it's because of the benefit na makuha nila. Example, a child might help a classmate because they'll get a treat or praise afterward, not necessarily because it's the kind thing to do. So, mutabang sila sa ilang classmates or mutabang sila sa ilang friend, it is because of naa sila'y makuha or naay benefits afterwards. So, ang ilahang i-think ani is, kung buhaton nako ni siya, kung mutabang ko ani, unsay akong makuha. Something ing ana. So, important note, during this stage, child focus is on personal gain and reciprocity. I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine, something like that. Still little concern for fairness, rules, or others' feelings unless it benefits them too. So, mutabang sila kay naa sila'y makuha. And majority of mga kailan nato ing ana. Mutabang lang sila kada. Next, we have conventional, which is it happens on adolescence. Stage 3, it's good boy or good girl. So for this, child or lupad seeks approval by being nice and doing what others expect. Stage 4, law and order, which is follows rules and laws to maintain order in society. So stage 3 is a good boy or good girl. In this stage or at this stage, people start making moral choices based on social approval and being liked by others. They want to be seen as a good person by family, friends, teachers, and society. Kumbaga, pakitang tao. So, at this stage, gusto nila magbuhat og maayo, gusto nila magkuan kay para ingnon sila sa ilang friends, sa teachers, sa parents, sa family nga maayo sila. Example, a teenager helps a classmate because they want to be thought of as kind and responsible, not necessarily for a reward or to avoid punishment. So, magbuhat silang maayo kay para tan-aw sa iyang classmate is maayo siya nga bata. And morality is centered on pleasing others, gaining approval, and maintaining good relationship. Actions are judged by intention. Did I mean well? Something like that na mga question. Empathy and consideration for others starts to grow here. So empathy and considerations for others starts to grow here. So important note, morality is centered on pleasing others, gaining approval and maintaining good relationships. So actions are judged by intentions. For example, they think that did I mean well? However, empathy and considerations for others starts to grow here. So, diri ang nga stage, makastart na sila og kanang maka-feel og kaluoy, empathy. They're putting their situation sa other nga situation. And then stage 4, which is law and order orientation. During this stage, people believe that rules, laws, and social order must be followed to keep society functioning smoothly. Right and wrong are judged based on whether an action upholds laws and authority, not just for personal approval. So, diri ang stage ang mga tao nakabalo na sila nga rules naga-exist para sa kaayuhan sa tanan. So, they know. So, kabalo na sila nga right and wrong na judgment. For example, so during this stage, right or wrong are judged based whether an action upholds laws and authority, not just for personal approval. Example, a person obeys a traffic laws even when no one's watching because it's the law and breaking it would lead to disorder or harm. So the key thought process is I should follow the rules because it's my duty and it keeps society in order. Pero nagyapoy uban na kanang nagalabagod. Amazing ang Pilipinas. So note that morality is centered on maintaining law, authority, and social order. So naga-follow ang mga people to maintain authority and social order para hapsay ang palibot. Focus is on knowing one's duty as a good citizen. Pangutan na, daghan ba? Daghan ako nakita nga motabok bisag nag-red pa ang light. Sorry, pero not all, pero like for example, sa mga 10% na ay mga 2% na mga balingag, but well, maybe ano sila, nagdali or whatever. Next is less about personal rewards or approval, more about preserving structure and fairness for everyone. So people will gonna do it because that's the right thing to do para to maintain a just society or peace or kanang ulay daghang ano para everything will be in order. Next, we have post-conventional adulthood. Not everyone reaches this level, ha? Stage, we have two stage as well. Stage 5, social contract. People understand that laws exist for the good of the majority, but can be questioned for fairness. Kabalo sila nga kanang a rule gibuhat ang batas para sa kaayuhan sa tanan, but sometimes maka-question sila nga unfair, something like that. Stage 6, universal ethical principle. So during this stage, people follows internal moral principles even they go against law. What does it mean? Social contract orientation. During this stage, people realize that while laws and rules are important, but sometimes makaon sila nga they're not absolute. It is because sometimes ang batas ka ng sometimes ang batas is para lang sa mga mayayaman. Something like mga ingana na mga sayings. Laws exist to serve the greater good, and if it law is unfair, it can be changed through agreement and social action. Ba't gud akong ulo ay? Next, we have example here. A person supports peaceful protest or petition for a new law when they feel existing one is unjust, like standing up for equal rights or environmental protection. So, kani siya nga stage is if people will gonna think na it's unfair or dili siya para sa kadaghanan, sometimes na yung mga tao na kanang magprotesta para baguhon ang batas, para i-change ang law para sa benefit sa kadaghanan. And then we have the key thought process here is, are these rules fair and benefiting most people? If not, should they be challenged? If mga tao na kanang kwan is makakuan sila nga kanang it's unfair or kanang dili siya naaayon para sa kadaghanan, some of them, di ba natin mga magprotesta, maglaban-laban sa kongreso kay para kuan ma-change, something like that. Important note, values individual rights, fairness, and justice over blindly following laws. So, understands that laws are made by people and can't evolve. So, at this stage na nasabtan or nanay thoroughly understanding ang mga people that ang law are gibuhat lang po sa mga tao and pwede siya baguhon or it change, and believes in democracy, social welfare, and protecting minority rights. A universal ethical principle orientation. So what happened in this stage is that in this final stage, people base their moral decisions on internal, unchangeable, deeply held principles of justice, equality, human rights, and respect for the dignity of all people. They follow these rules. They follow these universal principles, even if it means breaking law or going against the majority. So, what does it mean? So, for this stage, the key thought process is this action truly just, fair, and right according to universal human values, not just for society's rule. So they're focusing on universal values, universal truth. Example, a person who hides refugees in their home during a time when it's illegal but morally necessary, believing protecting human life comes above unjust law. So, mas importante ang kinabuhi sa tao kesa sa batas, something like that. It's illegal to nga taguan ang mga refugees, but think sila nga mas importante ang kinabuhi sa tao kaysa sa mga batas. So, note that guided by conscience and moral reasoning beyond laws and social approval, values universal justice and human dignity for all people. Very few people consistently operate at this level. So, may gamay lang, like 10% ala sa mga 1%. Think like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, and so on and so forth. So, gamay lang ang nakipaglaban sa kuan nga mas importante pa ang kinabuhi sa tao kaysa sa batas. Next, we have Lawrence Kohlberg's moral development. So why it matters? Because Lawrence Kohlberg's moral development matters because it helps teachers, parents, and caregivers understand how people make moral choices. Remind us that moral maturity grows with age, experience, and reflection. And not everyone reaches the highest levels, but moral reasoning can continue to develop throughout life. So Kohlberg focused on how people develop their sense of right and wrong, their moral hold on. Kohlberg focused on how people develop their sense of right and wrong, their moral reasoning. He proposed that moral development progresses through three levels, each with two stages, moving from self-centered viewpoint to a more principled ethical understanding. So sa stage 1 or sa pre-conventional, um, self-centered ang pag-iisip sa bata or sa tao, and then pagkaabot naman sa last stage as they're focusing on ethical moral values. For example, a young child might follow rules to avoid punishment, which is a stage 1, while an adult might fight for human rights based on personal moral beliefs. Muna siya ang higher. And also example, at stage 1, a child avoids stealing because of the fear of punishment. And then pag-abot sa higher values, sa stage 6, a person might disobey an unfair law because their own sense of justice tells them it's wrong. So, nana sila conscience. So, in short, moral reasoning develops in 3 levels and 6 stages, moves from self-interest to social approval or to universal ethical principle. So it moves from self-interest, social approval, and then goes to universal ethical principles. So this stage reflects how people decide what's right and what is wrong. So we have mnemonics here. So for Kohlberg's 6 stages, we have only intelligent, good men save unicorns. Amazing ang kantang mnemonic. Only intelligent, good man saves unicorn. Only intelligent man, hold on. Only intelligent, good man saves unicorns, which is obedience and punishment. I for individualism and exchange. G for good, that is good personal relationship. M for maintaining social order. S for social contract and individual rights. U for universal ethical principles. So, only intelligent good men save unicorn. Only intelligent good men save unicorn. Obedience and punishment, individualism and exchange, good interpersonal relationship, maintaining social order, social contract, and individual rights, and last but not the least, universal ethical principles. We have question here, practice questions. So, at which stage does a person obey rules to avoid punishment? At which stage does a person obey rules to avoid punishment? Letter A, good personal relationships. B, obedience and punishment. C, social contract. D, universal ethical principles. Again, at which stage does a person obey rules to avoid punishment? A, good interpersonal relationship. B, obedience and punishment. C, social contract. And D, universal ethical principle. So, time starts now. You have 5 seconds. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, what's the answer? Letter B. Yay! Kung answer nimo letter B, you are correct. Okay, obedience and punishment because of the keyword obey and punishment. Like super lisod gyud siya, promise. Very good sa nakakuha og tama nga answer. Number 2 question. A child says, I'll help you if you help me. This reasoning is an example of which stage? Again, a child says, I'll help you if you help me. This reasoning is an example of which stage? Letter A, individualism and exchange. B, maintaining social order. C, good interpersonal relationships. D, universal ethical principles. Again, a child says, I'll help you if you help me. This reasoning is an example of which stage? A, individualism and exchange. B, maintaining social order. C, good interpersonal relationship. D, universal ethical principle. Time starts now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's your answer? Letter? A. Letter A, individualism and exchange because of the keyword, I'll help you if you help me. So, nag-help siya, it is because sa benefits nga na siya'y makuha. Okay? Very good. Okay. Palakpakin yung self. Nakatama mo. Kay naminaw jud mo og tarong. Next question. Which stage involves reasoning based on internal moral principles, even if it is means breaking the law? Which stage involves reasoning based in internal moral principles, even if it means breaking the law? A, obedience and punishment. B, good interpersonal relationships. C, universal ethical principles. D, maintaining social order. Again, which stage involves reasoning based on internal moral principles, even if it means breaking the law? A, obedience and punishment. B, good interpersonal relationship. C, universal ethical principles. D, maintaining social order. Okay, time starts now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's your answer? Letter C. Because of the keyword internal moral principles, which reflects on universal ethical principles. Let's proceed. Question number 4. A student follows school rules because it keeps the peace and order. Which stage is this? Students follow school rules because it keeps the peace and order. Which stage is this? A. Maintaining social order. B. Social contract. C. Good interpersonal relationships. D. Individualisms and exchange. Time starts now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is your answer? Letter A. Because of the keyword peace and order, which it reflects maintaining social order. Too much sa sample pa lang to siya ha. Practice pa lang to siya ng mga questions. But no worries. Later on, I'll gonna provide mga questions. Mga multiple choices na mga questions para ma-practice ang inyong mind pag decipher sa mga choices sa questions, something like that. But current stage is kailangan pa nato mag-discuss, okay? So process natay stage by stage process. Next we have Simon Freud. So, um, he is the proponent for psychosexual development, which he describes how personality develops through 5 stages based on pleasure seeking energies in different body parts, which he has oral, anal, phallic, latency, genital, which early experiences affect later personality. Early experiences affect later personality. Okay, let us discuss. But first, kinsa si Simon Freud who is Simon Freud? So Simon Freud is an Austrian neurologist and the founder of psychoanalysis, which is a method for treating mental illness and understanding human behavior by exploring the unconscious mind. So the key concept for Freud, first we have the structure of personality. Freud believed our personality has 3 parts that constantly interact, which we have id, ego, super ego. So the id, which is the wild, instinctual part, and operates on the pleasure principle. So wants immediate satisfaction. Example, I want it now. 'Di ba? Na ay mga ingana pa nga mga person na gusto dayo na matuman ang mga gusto or isa ba ka ana? Next, ego. Ego is the rational, practical. Ego is the rational, practical part. So operates on the reality principle, balances id and super ego, makes decisions. So kumbaga ang ego siya ang center, siya ang magbalance between id and super ego. Siya ang nasa tunga. And then for ego, let's think this through. So siya ang nagabalanse sa id and super ego. So siya ang nasa tunga. Super ego naman, this is the moral judgmental part. Represents internalized societal and parental standards. So, is this the right thing to do? Kumbaga, ang id, mo na siya ang kanang something like kanang devil. And then ang con is ang conscience. Id kay kanang gusto din matuman, ang super ego mo na siya ang conscience. And then ang ego mo na siya ang magbalance. Ang super ego mo na siya ang conscience and ang id kay pleasure seeking, and then the super ego kay conscience, and then ang ego ang magbalance na siya sa tunga. So the id mo na siya ang wild, instinctual part, present from birth, operates on the pleasure principle. It's what it wants right now. So it focuses on basic needs and desire like food, comfort, pleasure. Example thought, I want it now. And then the ego naman, the rational decision making part, develops as we grow and learn how the world works. Operates on the reality principle. It understands that desires can't always be met and instantly. So balances the its impulses with real life rules and consequences. Example thought, let's think this through. So siya ang nagabalance ang ego. And then super ego kay the moral judgmental part represents internalized rules, values, and ideals taught by parents and society. Act as our conscience, reminding us of what's right and wrong. Can make us feel proud when we do good or guilty naman when we don't. Example thought, is this the right thing to do? So ang super ego mo na siya ang magkuan sa right and wrong. For example, makabuhat kag dili maayo, grabe imong conscience. And then pag nakabuhat kag dili maayo, grabe imong conscience, pero pag nakabuhat kag maayo, something mahappy ka. And how they interact. These three parts, id, ego, superego, is constantly pull us in different directions. The ego acts as the peacemaker, making realistic choices while balancing instinct, morality, and social rules. And we have number two, we have two levels of consciousness. So Freud said the mind has three layers. Kumbaga ang ato ang mind na ay three layers. We have conscious, preconscious, and unconscious. Conscious, preconscious, o unconscious. So, ang conscious, thoughts we're currently aware of. So, ang conscious kay aware. Ang preconscious, conscious kay thoughts we're currently aware. So, aware ang conscious. Ang preconscious kay memories we can easily bring to awareness. And then unconscious, hidden thoughts, fears, and desires that influence us without us knowing. So, example, discuss nato. So, unconscious mind, what we're currently aware of. So, like for example, nakabalo ka nga tao ka. So mo na siya nagkuan sa mga nag-operate sa mga conscious nga kabalo ka nga tao ka. And then includes our present thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. The tip of the iceberg, the small visible part. Kumbaga, example, I'm feeling hungry right now. So nakabalo ka, hungry, feeling hungry bitaw ko. Ang akong example ba kay nag-reflect sa akong situation karon. So, yes, example. I'm feeling hungry right now. So, conscious akong mind nga gigutom ko. Next, we have preconscious. Preconscious mind. So, this is the thoughts and memories we can easily bring to awareness. Just below the surface, kumbaga. We're not actively thinking about them, but we can access them when needed. So naalang siya sa ato ang kuan, naalang siya sa atong long-term memory or sa short-term memory. And then pagkakailangan nato siya ma-access nato na siya na mga information. Example, oh yes, I remember my 10th birthday party. Okay? So kabalo ka sa mga dates na mga importante anniversary, birthdays, events, Christmas, mga kuan god na naalang siya sa imuhang long-term memory, but anytime na gamiton nimo is pwede nimo makuha or magamit ng mga information. Next, we have unconscious mind. So this is deep hidden thoughts, fears, desires, and past experiences. For example, during childhood, di mo na kay mga bad experiences na kanang kumbaga mga trauma god, ano siya, completely outside our awareness. Influences our behaviors and emotions even though we are unaware of it. Example, childhood fears affecting adult decisions without realizing it. For example, during childhood nimo is na kay mga trauma sa friend o trauma sa mga person. So, ang effect na pagka kuno nimo is kanang dili na ka basta-basta makig friends something like that. So anay barriers, unconscious, pero usahay kanang dili gyud ka kaano nga mao na din na imong actions, dili ka kabantay nga mao na din imong actions nga kanang nagalimit na ka og mga tao sa imong life, something like that. Muna siya ang kuan sa ato ang unconscious mind. So why it matters? Because Freud believed that unconscious mind is the most powerful part, quietly shaping our actions, dreams, and emotional responses. So, ang katong mga traumas, mga kuanimo, kung unsay imuhang experience during childhood, mag-reflect na siya sa imuhang actions or sa imuhang mga pagabuhaton. So Freud believed that human personality develops through a series of stages focused on different pleasure areas of the body called erogenous zones. So how conflicts are resolved at each stage shapes one's personality. If conflicts aren't resolved properly, a person can become fixated at certain age. So kung dili siya ma-resolve, kung dili siya ma-balance, ang possibility na kung ano result ana is the person mahimo siya nga fixated. So, Freud has 5 stages of psychosexual development. He has number 1, oral stage, second, anal stage or anal stage, phallic stage, latency stage, genital stage. Oral stage, it happens from 0 to 1 year old. So ang erogenous zone is mouth. Ang erogenous zone nila is ang mouth, which is nagakuan sila og kanang sucking, eating. Kabantay ka sa bata na during this as the 0 to 1 year old na kung unsa ilang magunitan ilahang ilang kaunon or ilahang ikon sa ilang baba, di ba? So ang kuan ani ang key conflict is winning, stop breastfeeding or battle. Oh, labad jud akong ulo. Hold on. So, we have stage 1, the oral stage, age 0 to 1 year old. So, the erogenous zone focus is mouth, which is sucking, eating. Kabantay ka sa bata, during this stage is kung unsa ilahang maduol sa ilahang baba, unsa magunitan nila kay iko nila sa ilahang baba, kumbaga kauno nila. So, ang conflict ani is winning, stop breastfeeding or battle feeding. Anal stage, age 1 to 3 years old. So, kani siya, the focus is the anus or kung siya sa toilet training. During this stage, 1 year old to 3 years old is toilet training. So, dapat mabalance na nimo dinhi ang stage sa anal stage na dapat matudluan na nimo ang bata o ganang pag CR og tarong god, like hinay mo tudlo nga ano ni siya pag CR ikaw ani mo sa inodoro, something like that. And then ang conflict naman ani control over bodily functions. Don't you worry, we're going to discuss it kanang one by one later, okay? This is just the highlight. Number 3 is we have phallic stage, age 3 to 6 years old, and the focus here is the genital, which is exploration, Oedipus complex for boys, and then Electra complex naman for girls. Number 4, we have latency stage, age 6 to 12 years old. So this is a dormant sexual feelings. Focus on schools, hobbies, friendships. Next, we have genital stage, age 12 years old and up. Genitals, ang focus on is genitals, which is mature relationship. Ang conflict here is developing healthy romantic and intimate connection. Discuss na to isa-isa. Hold on. Oh my God, nakulangan di ay. Hold on. Stop lang sa ta.